Right, tell the audio champs now, let me tell you now, this is going to be the biggest upgrade to your Mac and PC system ever. Like, trust me on this, biggest upgrade. These two things here, I'm going to specifically talk about this one here, stay tuned for that. I will talk about this in another video. I'll briefly talk about this. I'll tell you what they are in a sec. But yeah, if you've got a computer, especially if you've got Thunderbolt or you've got Wi-Fi 6, these things are just going to change your world. These are going to be a huge benefit. Like, it's going to be night and day difference to what you got now. So let's get into it. So what am I exactly talking about? I'm talking about a 10 gigabit, not only 10 gigabit, it's also 2.5 Gbe Managed Switch from QNAP. And at the back, we have the first 10 Gbe Wi-Fi 6 router. I mean, woof. The combination of those two, wow, it's just going to change your world. So let's have a look at this and tell you what this is. So this is a 10 Gbe Managed Switch. It's the QW, well, you can see the words there. That's what it is. But let's unbox it and then we'll talk about it. And note there, look at that. Man, look at that. 10 Gbe networking Wi-Fi 6 with this. Wow. So let's unbox it there. We get some sort of mounting piece here. We get the cable here. And what else do we have? Some more mounting gear, sort of bracket there. Your literature. Quick installation guide, the unit itself. Now, I think they did have a white version of this as well. You know, I want the white version, of course. Now, the white one doesn't look as industrial as this. I think this may be the second generation of this. But anyway, this thing is absolutely amazing. Now, it's enterprisey because it is rack mountable. They did have another one that had a different power supply, whatever. You know, have two fans at the back because 10 gig networking is quite, you know, it takes a bit to cool it down. You know, it does require quite a lot of power to process that sort of, you know, amount of data. You know, the bandwidth is just, wow, it's just amazing. So basically, these are 2.5 gig, and you'll notice that all new motherboards, basically if they're premium motherboards, whether it's AMD and Intel, come with 2.5 G. So 2.5 GBE. This one here is actually a fully managed switch. You can get the unmanaged one, but this one's the managed one. That means you can get inside, manage it, and do stuff like link aggregation, trunking, VLANs, you know, subnets. You know, it's got quality of service, so you can, you know, direct bandwidth to whatever you want and give that priority. You know, it's got failover, your usual enterprise sort of stuff. It does have some security built in as well. You can access this remotely. And what's so good about this is you have the two 10 GBEs here. You have the copper and the fiber, and then with these 2.5 gigs you can actually link them together, like link aggregate, make trunks and stuff like that. So basically you could add all these together and have what, you know, 10 gig, basically one of these ports. But that just shows you how fast this port is, because one of these equals all of those put together. Okay, so these are all 2.5, one of these is 10, so that just shows you how much bandwidth one of these ports has here. And these are combos, they're one or the other, so you can have, you know, one Ethernet here, 10 GBE Ethernet, and you can have one copper if you want. So you can't use both of these at once. You can use one, either combination, doesn't matter which it is, but these are one and one, right? So on enterprise, you're going to be more likely to use the copper. In a home sort of network, probably more common the Ethernet. Now, a normal gigabit Ethernet is only 100 megabytes per second. If you've got a good computer with Thunderbolt, you can actually use 10 GBE on your laptop, and also, you know, some with even USB 3.2, you'll be able to use 2.5 G. That's why Thunderbolt rules, right? So I will review this, and the good thing is this thing here in the background, which is a 10 GBE Wi-Fi router, that means I can feed this into that, or I can connect this to a 10 GB NAS, or I can connect it to two, or one into this, into the router, or Wi-Fi router, or any other switch. It's just going to change your world, and it's actually very affordable for what it is there. And that's just the, you know, the WAN there, whatever. It's got a status light there as well. Now, with the Wi-Fi 6 compatible device, usually you're bottlenecked by gigabit Ethernet. Now these are 2.5, but being able to add 10 GBE and 10 GBE to the actual Wi-Fi router itself, it's just going to make your transfer speeds just out of this world in between, you know, your local network. It doesn't increase the speed of your internet, all right? Your internet speed is your internet speed. This thing here, I will review it. I just want to see how loud it is, and then I want to hook it up to this, you know, this Wi-Fi router, this 10 gigabit Wi-Fi router, and I want to see how fast the Wi-Fi speeds are connected to this, to that. and that's just transferring, from my NAS, which is 10 gigabit. I want to see how fast that is now. How fast Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi has been limited by the gigabit Ethernet I've got on my network, which is about 100 megabytes per second. Should be able to get in excess of 100 megabytes per second Wi-Fi 6 using this in combination with that Wi-Fi router in the back. Yeah, if you just want to have a quick look at the unit there, that's what it looks like. It is industrial, got the fans at the back there. Might just plug it in and see how loud it is, just like that. See how loud it is. If I can hear the fans. I cannot hear the fans at all. There's no switch on it. It is on. You can see there's no switch on it. Actually, I can hear them. Let's see if you can hear them. They're actually very quiet. So there you go. Stay tuned for the full review. Catch you in the next one. Tally ho.